Organised by the national government as possibly an election issue, these expensive ANZUS exercises are going ahead anyway because the Labor government says it's too late to pull out. Pulling out would have caused a serious diplomatic incident, according to Mr O'Flynn, Minister for Defence. So 60 aircraft of the Triad 84 exercise will be seen and heard tearing across the countryside playing war games over the next week. The cost, an estimated $7 million in defence funds. Two nations, one the North Island, the goodies apparently, will be at war with Missouri. The baddies, actually, the South Island moved a few hundred kilometres. The North Island has a blue Air Force based at Whenuapai, and Missouri has an orange Air Force based at Ohakia, having already attacked and won ground on the North Island. With about equal Air Force strengths, the two countries will be waging war over the next 5 days, starting Friday. An important new military development for New Zealand is the introduction of an AWACS radar airplane costing $120 million. This aircraft is basically a flying radar station, and for the exercise will control all aircraft movements over the North Island from an altitude of 25,000 feet. It's being based at Harewood at Christchurch, one particular military use of the Antarctic facility.
We'll scramble F-15s from Whenuapai to proceed in his direction. We better go airway at raid warning red.
At Whenuapai today, the Blue Air Force headquarters practiced locating the enemy intruders and sending up aircraft to intercept them. There was a degree of confusion as representatives of the three countries learned how to fight a war in New Zealand airspace, taking care, of course, not to mistake Air New Zealand flights for the enemy. All civilian aviation has been warned of the Triad exercises, and the exercise has been planned to avoid standard flight paths and schedules.
103, civil friendship.
New Zealand pilots flying Strike Masters and Skyhawks are not only learning to fly defensively, but also to attack other aircraft and land targets, taking New Zealand into an offensive posture not seen before.
The fact that aircraft are attacking another airfield cannot and should not be interpreted as being in any way portraying an ANZUS country attacking another country. It is simply a tactical technique.
It has been suggested that it could apply, say, in the Philippines or in Korea, that New Zealand is practicing to take part in those theatres.
Yeah, well, one can only say there that anyone who has read the ANZUS treaty will know that it is couched totally in defensive terms.
The 61 aircraft involved in Triad are estimated to be worth $1,000 million and are the most sophisticated flying hardware ever seen here. The F-15 Eagle costs about $13 million and has gear to carry, arm and launch nuclear missiles. All authorities, however, stress no nuclear weapons are involved. Some observers, though, say United States strategies dominate the exercise and nuclear attack techniques are now a normal part of training.
I have really not a comment on nuclear tactics. They are not designed as part of any kind of an exercise.
So that the aircraft that are attacking land bases wouldn't pretend that they're carrying nuclear weapons?
No, I wouldn't say that. No.
Okay. What do you think is the one most single benefit that you yourself is getting out of being involved in this exercise?
Training, absolutely. Increase the training of our forces and make sure that they can work together in any kind of a contingency operation.
And you think it's necessary at this particular time?
I believe it's always necessary.
The F-15 and F-16 fighters are capable of twice the speed of sound, but over New Zealand this coming week they will not be allowed to break the sound barrier. But they may be flying at 500 miles an hour, 250 feet above non-populated areas. Ministry of Defence Public Relations people are in no doubt about the main point of the Triad exercise. It's to promote ANZUS. The media kit that they issued to all press people has the text of the ANZUS treaty printed inside, in case we didn't have a copy or we hadn't read it. The public relations people were also at pains to point out Section 2, which called for defensive exercises, not...